The title of this episode is called Papa John's, obviously.
Papa John's.
This is 8.
I feel like it's like how in old sitcoms, it's like the 8 is filled in front of a live studio audience.
Right, yeah.
Cheers was. Do
Yeah.
you know what Cheers is?
Where everybody knows your name.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
We played that. Did we talk about this last week? We played the great game of young versus old on
No.
items. That was fun.
It was.
There was a Tekashi 6ix9ine. I thought it was a scooter.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, thank you. Did you know what it was?
Rapper.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
No, I don't know.
Rapper.
Yeah. That's a good game to play at home. You guys can play that at home. What you do is you get a bunch of friends, you put them in a circle. The older people mention something that the younger people might not know. The younger people have to guess what it is.
It's just a way to embarrass the young generation.
And the old generation, because
that's
when
true.
you say Tekashi 6ix9ine, and you're like, I don't know what that is. It's a scooter. And they're like, no,
Scooter.
it's a rapper.
It does
tat
kind
rapper.
of sound like it would be like a
Yeah.
Honda, like intense scooter or something.
Yeah, love it. Let's kick this off.
Great. All right. Fantastic. So obviously we think that franchising is a fantastic industry here, but there are a lot of myths that surround it. So we spoke with Stephen Worley, who is the Senior Director of Communications for the IFA, to kind of break some of those myths and debunk them. One of the most common is that franchising is, the Dunkin' Donuts on your corner is run by a CEO who's super far away, but it's really the same level of local
What?
involvement. I know, wild.
What?
It's a mom and pop. So head to the article on 1851 if you want to hear more about like what people in the industry could be doing to help continue to debunk those myths.
Debunking.
Nice.
That's my contribution.
That's it. That's all we got. All right.
Right, Emily? Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Our friend celebrity this week is Donovan Hilton, who is of the CEO of Hilton Elite Marketing Agency. So we spoke with him about grassroots marketing. Obviously, if you are going to be opening a business, you need to be out there in the community, not just running some campaigns in the background. And so he has a great quote in there, and it's either eat or be eaten. So if you have doubts or fears, maybe entrepreneurship isn't for you, but you got to be aggressive and really getting your brand out there if you're going to be successful. Yep. You're pulling a Sean this episode.
I got nothing.
My commentary is so great.
You are doing
nothing
it.
else to say.
Look, you do a great job at this.
Thanks.
I like listening to you.
All right. Well, now I can talk about sports ball, which is your
This is
favorite
gonna be
thing to
good.
listen to me talk about. So the World Series is going to be happening next week, starting next week, I think. If it's not, sorry, I really have no
What
idea.
teams are in there?
No.
Take a guess.
Yankees?
No. Next guess?
Bo Sox?
Correct. We got one.
Brewers? Maybe.
We got 2. Wow.
Well, watch out. That's all I got. Astros.
For the record, let me reenact what Emily just did, and she goes, and then somehow she knew that was Astros. I don't know how that is Astros.
It's an A.
That's all right.
She also whispered the word
whispered
Astros.
it.
Oh, I didn't see that part. All right, one more team.
I got nothing.
What are the 2 leagues that play against each other?
American and National.
What? All right, you're not
I'm
bad.
learning. All right. So a lot of brands are going to be figuring out a way to make fresh money off of a major sporting event like that. So Taco Bell is one of them. They rolled out Steal a Base, Steal a Taco promotion, which they did last year. So when a base, the country gets a free Doritos Locos
So when you
taco.
pick up a base and you run off the field with one,
Yeah, and like a criminal cap, that's how that works, right?
and you're dressed like the Hamburglar.
Yeah.
Good opportunity for brands. It happens every time there's a big event. The event passes and you're like, oh crap, I should have done something. This is your shot. World Series is still a week away, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's the 23rd.
It's a week away. That means you have some time to come up with an idea that you might be able to do. So Brewers make the World Series, which I think they have really good momentum right now. Brewers make the. Why are you making a face over there? They do.
I know they do.
All right.
Are you not
They make the
excited?
World
It's
Series.
undeniable momentum and it's annoying.
Yes.
for you.
Yeah, the Cubs should be there. But they make it, and Topper's Pizza comes out and says, if the Brewers win the World Series, anybody that bought a pizza between Game 1 and Game 7 will get free pizza for a year. Like, you do something like that, it's like Like when, furniture stores are like, anybody that made a furniture purchase between this and this, and if the team wins,
You know.
that's it.
I'm rooting for the Brewers. Yay, team.
Someone put a Brewers schedule on our refrigerator.
In the office?
Okay, over there.
I'm like really clueless. Apparently I don't notice anything.
Who is it? Huh?
Put it on the fridge.
Who?
Matt.
Oh,
Oh,
Baby Brian. Baby Brian did that?
Yeah.
Really?
He's a Brewers fan.
No, he is not. He's a White Sox fan. That's what he did.
Right, but default.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Your Fran.
Shout out Saturday morning at 7 a.m.
For the record, I like showing you, our audience, the replays of Emily and my version of it. She just went, like, she looked directly at the camera, but the camera doesn't look at her, and she goes, for a replay at 7
I feel like that's what we need to figure out
That's
next.
what we
Is
need
like
to
a
figure
spinning,
out.
like a 360.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God. All right. So your Fran this week, you discuss obviously the access that we have to data is at the highest level that it's ever been. But it's up to brands and franchisees that are researching those brands to like actually use what's at their disposal. And so one way that people can do this is by tapping into the U.S. Census and data that's there in order to find growth markets.
Yeah, I think I put some specific states in there that are experiencing increases in population. There's an increase in population. That means there's an increase in customers, which means there's an increase in demand, which means there's an increased need for your services. Now, if there's a decline in the population, that means you're going to be scrambling, not exactly, but you'll be scrambling a little bit more in those markets because there's a decline in population. That doesn't mean there's nobody there. Chicago is having a drastic decline in population. But does that mean it makes sense? Maybe, maybe not. But if the real estate prices are still high, though, and there's a population decrease, then your numbers might not align. So use data, people.
That should have been the name. Just use data, people. All right, branching forward. So obviously, this is where we get our actual title, Papa John's. Haven't talked about them in a few weeks. Though.
Obviously.
Papa John's.
Got to talk about them. So they are branching
Is our Fran
forward.
funny?
No.
No.
Sorry, it's not that funny. But they promoted a new executive vice president and chief operating and growth officer. So they're just continuing to make moves away from John Schnatter. So this person that's stepping into the role is Mike Nettles, who used to be their senior vice president and chief information and digital officer. I think it's a good move. They're just going to have to continue distancing themselves over time, and then I think people will eventually come back, but we'll see.
They're in some trouble.
Well, and yeah, the more that he's vocal.
I mean, you try to desensitize the name. You take off Papa. It's still called John's. You go to pee on your pizza?
You just call it Papa's.
Papa's now it's sexist.
Oh, is it?
I never would have
Papa's?
thought of
Come on over to Papa's, right?
that. Now it's creepy.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, they're in trouble. We're Domino's. You could call it Inno's Pizza.
You know what they should
Dom's
do?
male driven.
They should
Like we're in a
call-
world where gender neutrality. Like,
They should bring it to the people. Rename the brand. Someone that gets.
you know what, Cassie? Can you cut that out? They got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You just gave a free idea. What are you doing?
Sorry.
You remember we once gave a great free idea
I
to
forgot
Taco
about
Bell.
that. Yeah, and then they took it.
I don't know that they would ever admit this, but we tweeted at them a picture of flaming hot Cheeto
The
fries?
yeah.
No, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese bites. Flaming hot Cheeto mac and we made it up. We tweeted at them and then they launched it on their menu. Where's the thank you? Papa John's, she just gave you the idea. Let the fans rebrand you. Call it IHOB.
Don't call it I have. That one backfired. All right. Fran funny. I'm continuing on with my Halloween themed jokes just because I like the holidays and here we are. So, oh no. My screen. All right. Why are ghosts so bad at lying? M.
Why are ghosts so bad at lying?
Because they like blueberries.
Because they're dead.
I guess it's true. If you're
Can you
dead,
ask
you
the
can't lie.
question one more time to her? I feel she could do better than
Why
that.
are ghosts so bad at lying?
Because they're visible.
It's
'Cause
your.
you can see through that.
Yes! Nailed it. I like the snap.
Emily for the win.
All right.
Yeah, deciphering dad jokes, new section.
Add it to your resume. All
That
right.
was
It
great.
just takes a few guesses.
I was impressed by that.
You nailed it.
Blueberry ice cream is so way better though.
Why are there no knock-knock jokes about America? They won't let anybody in anyway.
Phenomenal. Some real commentary from Emily. We need like an Emily's Corner or something where it's just her thought on something. Doesn't need to be franchising. Doesn't need to be.
You know how at the end of the year we do like these blooper things? Like,
Yeah.
we just need end of year Emily. Like Emily's
Oh, I
top
like
8
it
minutes.
Emily.
I like the alliteration, but no.
Yeah. She edits it though, so at the end of the day, she makes the call.
Come on. Maybe?
Maybe.
But the people want it.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Talk to the
Yeah, you would. All right.
All right, for inspirations, this is another part of our series with Bo Jackson. So when he was speaking about how he separates being a celebrity with like his normal life, he said, "I can get away from being Bo Jackson, the athlete, Bo Jackson, the businessman, once I leave this building. Once I leave this building, I leave this building. I never take it home. I did the same in the sports world."
Bo knows exits.
I think it's impressive, especially it's hard to leave anything when you leave a building nowadays.
I mean, that's what I
because
do.
It's on your phone.
You know, when I'm a celebrity in this office with the 8, I walk out. Yes, I have someone push the elevator down button for me because I'm a diva.
Right. A Devo, if you will.
A Devo? A Dev-bro?
A Devo.
A Dev-bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this
Okay.
up.
For enemies versus friends, I know where you stand on this one already, but so our friends and family, your friends or your frenemies in business, whether or not it's a good idea to work with friends and family
Where do I
members.
stand?
I think that you're a fan of it.
I'm a Fran.
You're Fran.
I'm both.
I mean, it depends on the person,
I
obviously.
mean, I once worked with my brother. That didn't work out so well.
Sorry, brother.
Shout out to Chris.
So we spoke with franchisees from Right at Home and Lightbridge Academy who work with friends and family members just to get their tips on how they were able to make it work.
Good story.
Yeah, so, I mean, it depends on the person at the end of the day, but interesting topic.
It depends on the person. Obviously,
Papa John's.
Papa John's.
I'm saying obviously a lot today.
All right, here we go. To end the 8th, here's how we're going to do it. Cassie's called for a fan vote to decide the next name of Papa John's. I'm going to count to 3, Emily, and you're going to say the first name that comes to your head. 1, 2, 3.
Papa's.
This is the 8.
I call it Papa's by default. Or
Oh, it's still recording. This is great.